And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I see that this thing is still lagging, and I'm becoming more used to it each and every passing day. As you come in, please hit the like button. I really would appreciate that. I'm going to give another couple of seconds, make sure that this is stable, and then we will begin with tonight's two topics. Of course, I have to go back to Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon basically exposes his dealings with Viacom during this turbulent time in his career at Revolt TV. It will be interesting whether to see if he would accept it or not. I would not be shocked if he didn't. I mean, these are really two bosses, and obviously, and listen, this is not the time to to criticize P Diddy and be Revolt TV. I'm pretty by Sean Combs. And I know a lot of people would be leery of P Diddy when you look at his past. Yes, absolutely, Dale, and good evening to you. And yes, he absolute, in my opinion, absolutely disgusting. But just like everything else, you find out who your true friends are during your time of need. I mean, as we know, it is going to be interesting to see what happens over these next weeks. But let me start, and I am getting this information from Rogue Rocket. Now, Nick anti-Semitic comments he made on his podcast Cannon's Class. They should say alleged anti-Semitic comments. Those are not really anti-Semitic comments. In a 1,500-word Facebook status on Wednesday morning, the TV host said he would not be bullied, silenced, or continuously oppressed by any group or company. I am disappointed that Viacom does not understand or respect the power of the black community, he wrote, later alleging that the company has banned ads regarding George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Cannon had been with Viacom since he was a kid on Nickelodeon. He later became the chairman of Teen Nick and went on to become a producer and host for other major projects. Face it, man. We were in a situation where that's basically all we had was each other. But, a lot of people can't relate to that. I created a billion dollar brand, that expanded across a multi-tiered empire that is still a successful restaurant franchise, Cannon claimed, based on trust and empty promise ownership. In the minute episode from late June, Cannon spoke to rapper Richard Griffith, known as Professor Griff. He was, affiliated with Public Enemy, but he was their minister of information. He looked at the podcast, was their manager of information, and he was basically their road manager. That's what he was. He was not a rapper. These people need to get their information straight. Now, Professor Griff, obviously, with the group Public Enemy until he exited the group in '89 after making alleged anti-Semitic comments. At the time, he told the Washington Times that he could prove that, quote unquote, Jews are wicked, and claimed that Jewish people are responsible for, quote, the majority of wickedness that goes on across the globe. While his exact words were not brought up, the controversy regarding them was. Griffith continued to defend himself, and Cannon said he was fearless and speaking the truth. In order for me to be anti-Semitic, I would have to be anti-black man anti-black woman, anti-black people, anti-Africa, anti-all of the people, Griffith said, because the Semitic people are black people, Cannon added. So y'all get that clarity. The Semitic people are black people. Cannon also mentioned the Rothschilds, a family that is the subject of many anti-Semitic conspiracies, controls 6 main media corporations in America. He didn't say that they were Jewish companies. He said that there are 6 companies that control the media in America. That's what he said. Again, just if you get a chance, go to the YouTube channel, Cannon's Class, and look up the actual upload with him and Professor Griff. It's about an hour and a half. And to be honest, there was a lot of information provided in that video. Who are they? When we speak of the 6 corporations, when we go as deep as the Rothschilds, centralized banking, the 13 families, the bloodlines that control everything, even outside of America, Cannon said. Cannon also repeatedly praised the controversial Nation of Islam leader, Minister Louis Farrakhan, who has long been known for making alleged anti-Semitic comments. Cannon referred to him as honorable and defended him against criticisms of anti-Semitism. Cannon also referred to black people as the true Hebrews. So then, these people who didn't have what we have, and when I say, Cannon said at one point, whether it's the Illuminati, they would have been Jokain. It's abhorrent and unacceptable. Has failed to acknowledge or apologize for perpetuating anti-Semitism, and we are terminating our relationship with him. We are committed to doing better in our response to incidents of anti-Semitism, racism, and bigotry, Viacom CBS added. In his Wednesday post announcing Viacom, Cannon apologized to the Jewish community. He claimed he has received support from them during this controversy. I must apologize to my Jewish brothers and sisters for putting them in such make it right, he wrote. As for Viacom, who is now on the wrong side of history, I will continue to pray for you, he continued. I don't blame any individual. I blame the oppressive. He also acknowledged the comments in a Facebook post and a Twitter thread on Monday. Anyone who knows me knows that I have no hate in my heart nor malice intentions. I do not condone hate speech nor the spread of hateful rhetoric, he wrote, before saying that both the black and Jewish communities have both faced enormous hatred, oppression, persecution, and prejudice for thousands of years, and in many ways have and will continue to work together to overcome these obstacles. He called for an open dialogue and conversations about anti-racism and social justice, and maintained that everyone must work to educate one another. Come to his network, Revolt TV. I broke up. Am I hear me very clearly? Black owned. We got your back and love you and what you have done for the culture. We are for our people first, for us, by us. Let's go. That was a tweet from P. Diddy. So Nick Cannon did fire back at Viacom, and right then him saying that if he offended anyone, that he apologized. But at least he did stand by his words, and he is definitely right in demanding the rights to his creation, Wild and Out. Now, of course, for every person that stands by you, there are about 4 to 5 that stand against you. D.D. Wade. But, of course, the professional troll who used to be a rapper named Curtis 50 Cent Jackson had the nerve to roast Nick Cannon after he got fired from Viacom. That's all. See, and it's sad because I used to like some of 50 Cent's music. I am a fan of Power. I was a fan of it. Um, but he is an excessive troller. I mean, he's become basically a caricature of himself. It's really ridiculous, and it's like he goes out of his way to go against our people. Look at the way he has treated our women and talked about our women, and of course, he stands by that. So I'm not shocked at this. This is who he is. This is what he does. 50 Cent reckons that Nick Cannon has gotten what he deserved for his offensive comments. Now, this particular thing is from urbanislands.com. It ended his partnership with Nick Cannon. Excuse me. It really doesn't say anything about it. I mean, that's sort of not. Oh, here's the tweet from 50 Cent. Oh boy, this guy, man. Damn, Nikki, what the F was you on that stupid A podcast talking about? No more wilding out, huh? And of course he goes, don't worry, be happy. Branson Cognac, I guess he didn't hashtag, you know. And of course he doesn't care because we know that money is his God. But of course, who he thought was a friend in Dwayne Wade, well, we already know how he gets down. And he definitely disrespected the king. Just 1 second, please. Bear with me. Of course, at first he was supporting Nick Cannon, but then he quickly, for his son slash daughter, Zion. It's not. I mean, it's a joke. Call him Zaire. I mean, please give me a break. So, I mean, let me go to that. Now, this is based on NBC Sports by Viacom CBS for anti-Semitic comments he made on his podcast. Of course, here's him backtracking. I want to clarify my now deleted tweet. I was not supporting or condoning what Nick Cannon specifically said, but I had expressed my support of him owning the content and brand he helped create. I was too quick to respond without being fully informed about his hurtful anti-Semitic remarks. As you all know, I have zero tolerance for any hate. Oh boy. And at first, he had tweeted, "We are with you, keep leading." But of course, he was scared to death. You know, when you have that skirt on, I mean, you're already exposed. He didn't want any more exposure. And he quickly backtracked because he had to make sure to pucker up and kiss some more fatty. Because let's face it, Dwayne Wade is closer to Dennis Rodman than he is to Flash Wade. So he didn't want to be on the wrong side of old bus. Very, very disappointing. But it is what it is when you deal with some of our people. And let's face it, Nick Cannon is finding out a very cruel, hard lesson when it comes to dealing with not only some of the people in our own community, but the other nations in general. As the great Dr. John Henry Clark always told us, we have no friends. Finding out, take care and God bless.